Falls Police Department arrested 18-year-old Brian J. Mitchell early Thursday morning for the death of 31-year-old Deraek Patrick Larson. Mitchell of Shelley was booked in the Bonneville County Jail for second-degree murder around 2:45 a.m. this morning. I want to thanks to the expertise, dedication, and time of our detectives, patrol officers, and with the assistance of many other agencies, city departments, and this community, we were able to make an arrest in the Larson homicide. The Idaho Falls Police Department thanks to all those that were involved. Larson was found dead about 10 a.m. on Sunday, August 16th by a passerby at a playground area in Tapas Park. The police were able to identify Larson around 5 p.m. after a crime scene technician was able to positively identify him through a fingerprint match. An autopsy of Larson was conducted Monday, and official results of the autopsy are pending. Though the initial investigation or results of that indicate that Larson was stabbed more than 20 times. Detectives have worked tirelessly and long hours for the past 3.5 days to identify and arrest Mitchell. Our department has committed an approximately 527 hours to solving this crime in those last 3.5 days. This doesn't include the assistance of the many other agencies and departments that also assisted. Even though there's been an arrest, an investigation still continues as detectives follow up on information. I would like to thank the Idaho Falls State Police, or the Idaho State Police, the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Falls Fire Department, the Idaho Falls Citizens Watch Patrol, Idaho Falls Animal Services, Idaho Falls Parks and Recreation, Bonneville County Prosecutor's Office, and any others that I may have missed that assisted with our investigation at this point. Also want to thank the community for their assistance and their patience in this matter. That's all I have for this. Are there any questions that you'd like me to attempt to answer?
Any idea what the motive was?
Actually, I don't have any idea what the motive was. They just finished the most of the interviews late last night, early this morning, and then based on that, so I'd say the report's not even written. Later today, there will be an oral affidavit made with the prosecutor, and they will go to the judge and to make formal charges against this individual.
Is there any more suspects, or is Brian, Mr. Mitchell,
At this time, we've identified a potential eyewitness that we've been talking to, but we don't believe there's anybody else involved in the crime itself at this time. But we're still talking to people. Sir, did you still have a question? Channel 3? Okay. In the background.
Can you tell me, was there any relationship between Brian and Deraek?
Relationship as far as family? Do they know each other?
Yeah, did they know each other? Did Brian come after him
well,
or something?
Technically, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know if that's something that we know or if that's something we can talk about at this point.
Is there a suspicion that they...
I can't answer that right now. You know, as we get further in the investigation, I think that'll come out and we can bring that forward.
how did you connect Mitchell to the crime?
Through lots of hard detective work. It went from no information about who the suspect or the victim was to trying to get him identified. And from that point, once he was identified, we had to put together a timeline by identifying family and friends of the victim and work backwards to try to identify his patterns, his habits, his associates through the last few days, months, weeks, years, just to try and put things together. And these detectives did a lot of marvelous work to pull this together and working again with the community to do that. And every little lead or tip that was sent to the police department, they followed up on. And there's still, like I say, some more that they need to do to finish that.
But I mean, was there one specific thing that, you know, going through that timeline, oh, Brian Mitchell, this looks suspicious, let's look into this. I mean, at what point did he show up?
Well, obviously, at some point his name came up. And they started looking at him also, but I can't tell you what date, what time that happened. In the
Can you tell me
sequence.
what the connection was though?
No, I don't have that information. I really don't. There's not even been a report written yet. This is all really in their heads and their notes. So because there was an arrest, because of the concern of the community, that there was maybe somebody out there that could be harmful to this community, I felt important that we get this out right away. So this is really all the information that we have to release at this time.
We had several of his family, Derek's family members tell us that he was sleeping in the park that night. Can you
Okay.
confirm if that's why he was there, or do we know why he was in the park?
I just know that we found his body there that morning. A passerby found him there in the morning. That's all I can tell you.
Do you know why he wasn't closed?
No, I don't know.
Was he killed at the scene or someplace else?
Yeah, it was there at the scene. So anyway.
Was he clothed when he was killed?
When we got to the scene, he was just as we saw, that there's only clothing he had on was his underwear.
The shoes and the pants that were later found, were those his?
I don't know that we've positively identified that or not, to tell you the truth. At least, like I say, I haven't read, there's not a report written, I haven't read it. This is very early on, just to let you know and the community know that there has been an arrest made. There'll be a charging document later this afternoon with the courts, through the prosecutor's office, and we still have a lot to do to finish this up. So it's very early on, but there has been an arrest made, and we're confident that nobody else is out there that was a part of this crime other than maybe an eyewitness. So that's where we're at. So it's all very early on for what you're asking. So anyway, one more.
Do you know, like how big the knife was, or like what
No,
type it was?
I don't have any idea. I don't. So with that, I think we need to end this. We do have other commitments today. We have a funeral for a retired police officer and other things that have been going on. We are under the gun for time. I wanted to get this out early, so that's why we need to just do this and cut her really short.
Are the
One more.
detectives going to be available to talk at all?
Really not. I mean, Detective Dede is part of the honor guard today. He's got to get over there. I mean, these guys still have work to do. We still have things on the crime scene that we still got to follow up on. People we got to talk to. They need to be out there working to solve this crime before it gets too cold. So I need to have them gone and out of here and working hard. Like I said, I think Detective Dede himself in the last 3.5 days has worked over 60 hours, and the others close to that many hours. The state police was out there the first 2 days with us, helping us. Parks and Recs helping us tear down that playground equipment, move it so we could secure it, and going through it. This community sacrificed a lot. We've got a lot of work into it, and I've got a lot of work to go. I'd say hundreds of hours still. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, Danny.